summer soul, cherry blossom with a crown. I'll show you more, another star now. She knocks me off. My feet just in time till you tell me off. But I can't even hear you speak when you talk. I've been wording every miss and know it all. But you knew that. Yeah. Good morning, sunshine. Yeah. Good morning, evening. Yeah. Goodbye to bad nights. Yeah. Good morning, sunshine. Good evening, friends. Goodbye to bad nights. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning.
Good times, there's gonna be good times, good times. I know there's gonna be
work every day till we meet ends. Have to turn it up on the weekends. Boss a toast to your real friend. Tell me why you're drinking, girl.
I know there's gonna be
Keep running up all the money on you.
Good times, it's gonna be some good times. Man, we used to pull up and let them fight at that hood time. Remember I used to when it was about that. It that little walk up tripping, she get that much time. I don't waste time. I don't have patience, baby. Didn't go fast, she speed racing. We go wild off to bedtime. See my boss like a grandson. Come here, baby, I'm molested. I let her write me my suggestions. Pop quiz, it's a pop quiz. All my money coming clean, you can't pop this. She got that locked up like Lost Mill. Come to my lights like a reindeer. Me and Poppy on the same. My diamonds could never stand still. Where you going, can't come here. I'll always take you back for your.
Come over good time with a bad wine. You say you want, give me something long time. Me deal with this thing, something like crime.
Don't you know I'm loco?
Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here alongside Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now, here's a look at the last few months of assist numbers for Jamal Murray.
He hasn't been nearly as effective a passer these past few months, and that's unfortunate because when he's passing it well and the assists are coming, he is a much more complete player. It's something he has to be thinking about.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Inside for him, it's Gordon and Jokic. In at the guard spots, Murray and Brown. And it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. And for Dallas, we've got Walker, and it's Banks in at the small forward. Well, no doubt these players, GA, are eager to get the season going.
Listen, there's definitely some nerves, but it's mainly excitement. This is their first chance to showcase all the hard work they put in during the offseason.
Murray outside. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. 5 to shoot. Shot from the wing. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Boy, he looks and will take that shot every time. Just won't go.
Walker against Jokic. Out to the right wing. Murray right side. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And there's an aggression to Murray's game, willing to battle there for the bucket.
Outside, Murphy. Here's Bennett. Buries the long-range jumper.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Denver now. Last time they met was in Denver.
Yeah, and in winning that last game, they attacked the basket aggressively. Drew a lot of fouls in that game.
Two things are a product of that. One, you shoot a ton of freebies. Two, the other team goes deep into its rotation. Neither one of those two things is going to work.
Well, looking at Cam Johnson, Doris, what are your thoughts on the evolution of his career?
I mean, so much yet to be decided, Kevin, because when he came in, people thought he would be the prototypical role player, just a 3-and-D guy. But as he's matured, he's shown some high-volume scoring threat to him. So how this plays out will be interesting.
And you look at this Mavs rotation now, Doris, a wide range of ages.
And that's important, Kevin, because typically when you start a rebuild or a build, it begins with young players. But inevitably, there comes a moment in time where you think, we need some maturity, and we need some veterans in our locker room. So it's always better to have a blend.
First free throw is good. And we saw last season the Nuggets, GA, in the final week of the regular season, making a coaching change and a shift in their front office.
A pretty rare situation. Seemed like there'd been a power struggle, and rather than choosing sides, the decision was to just make a fresh start.
He doesn't get the second one. You know, so much turmoil for the Mavericks last season, GA. Despite that, they were a win away from making the playoffs.
Yeah, they battled valiantly. But to go from the 2024 NBA Finals to the lottery, obviously disappointing. They're looking to make amends this season.
And he nails the third.
Well, I think the things that Aaron Gordon has added to his game, specifically that reliable three-point shot, is a really welcome sign. This guy has an incredible upside.
Now here's Banks. Pass to Murphy. Here's Walker. Ring shot on the way, and he nails the jumper.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Jason Kidd had a few moments to share with me. He told me there's no real way to stop Nikola Jokic. He can score on anyone, and when you try to double him, he dissects you with his passing, which is arguably his most dangerous trait. Coach continued, you can pick your poison with Joker, but either way, you are getting poisoned. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thank you. And here are the Mavericks now, after Jamal Murray was able to get that triple. Here's Bennett. They get the rebound. Fires from deep. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Just love the unselfishness there. Keep the ball moving. Good things happen.
Now here's Murray. He's covered by Bennett. Johnson against Banks. Jokic inside. Over Walker. And the rebound goes to Murphy. Dallas has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Banks kicks to Bennett. Pass to Walker. Down low. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws here tonight. And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And a whole new lineup here for the Nuggets. With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. Number 5, the Nuggets.
Last year, they were so good at generating open looks from distance. That's why their three-point shooting was so high.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
That will sting a little bit, failing to get the lead when the opportunity was there, but he does tie it up.
Brown the pass to Valanciunas. And a miss there on the triple. Enzo Murphy will bring it up for Dallas. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Boy, something so good about a perfectly placed lead pass. That is nice.
The Nuggets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Brown the pass to Valanciunas. Watson kicks to Brown. Over to the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. And it's blocked. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. He has 6.
Oh, great ball movement there.
.23 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Now here's Hardaway. His last outing, he had 8 points. To end the run, and that's off the glass and in. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Mavericks lead by 2. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
Taking a look at the Nuggets, Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Peyton Watson. Then there's Bruce Brown. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. Brown outside. Murray looking around. Sweet move, and it's good on the layup. Murray's got 7 points. And teams are always looking for positional size. Doris, where is that most valuable?
If you look across the league today, Kevin, it's at every single position. Size and skill as a combination is very tough to beat, and teams are getting bigger and more skilled across positions now.
Here is Watson following the score by Jamal Murray. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Oh, that's money in the bank. Hardaway, terrific off the catch.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Banks checked in for the Mavericks. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And stolen by Murray. From 13, and again it's Denver. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Denver?
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive ability.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Jokic, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Johnson comes in for Peyton Watson. For Denver, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. The kick out to Brown. Now, Jokic. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Minnesota. 3 on the clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. That shot wide open. Murray's got 7 now in this quarter.
Dead-eye shooting from them this quarter.
Right, we see a lot of change in the NBA, but Nikola Jokic always seems to stay in the MVP conversation.
And not just in it, at the top of it. His ability to affect the game is basically unmatched. He dominates in just about every single aspect.
Now here's Hardaway. Back to Murray. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Lets it go from the wing. No good.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Now here's Murray. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Tries again. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Well, he's had a one-track mind this quarter, and that is score the basketball.
Will it go? 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. Jokic is second.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
And he makes the first. And so he makes both from the line.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Johnson outside. Pass to Gordon. Jokic inside. Here's Pickett. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Pickett's got the lead up to 7 now for Denver. Now, here's Bennett. Dallas moving the ball around. From outside the arc, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gordon a screen. Johnson kicks to Gordon. Pass to Jokic. And here's Bennett. From the arc. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And a huge 3 there to chop the lead down as we go into the break. Still anyone's game.
What a performance by Jamal Murray. He has been the story for the Denver Nuggets. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we'll be right back after this.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all.
Well, right now for Denver, I've hung with these guys in the offseason. They're better than people think, but they still got to prove it.
Yeah, high hopes for them and for their fans. And fellas, you take a look at the Nuggets. A close game so far through the first half.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
away from home. They aren't letting the crowd get into their heads. In fact, they've looked comfortable at times. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from Jamal Murray.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
The Mavericks trail. We've got Bennett, and it's Banks in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Out left to the wing. Walker with his screen for Bennett. 5 on the clock. And Walker throws it down. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Here's Brown. Still without a basket. Pass to Murray. Johnson sets the screen for Murray. Now here's Gordon. Here's Brown. To the paint. Here's Jokic. Jokic so good in traffic.
And they try to stonewall Jokic, but he's not having it. He's just fearless going up inside.
Inside. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the triple. 9 points in the game so far.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Gordon kicks to Johnson. Pass to Murray. Lets it go with the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Murphy's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Banks. And the shot no good, a bit short. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Murray outside. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Back to Brown. Murray outside. Here's the 3. And the rebound goes to Murphy. Murphy's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Bennett. Now Banks. Walker dishes to Bennett. Left side Walker, and taken away by Johnson. Here's Brown. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Murray outside. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
And inside Murray's attacking mentality pays off. He just works hard to find his own shot.
There's 1:59 left here in the third quarter. Walker is screen on Murray. They grab their own miss. Johnson against Banks. Launches it. High shot by Bennett. Bennett's got 6 points.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with them. Teams changing it up here. Well, while we have a second, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. Jokic is third.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Murray outside. And here's Jokic outside. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Jokic has got the game tied up here for Denver. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Pass to Walker. A fadeaway, and it's good. 2 points. Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Murray sets a screen for Jokic. Murray outside. And then Murray with the jam.
And there's no doubt Murray can fill it up. Good luck bringing him down to earth when he's on this kind of a roll.
Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play, brought to you by AT&T. .51 seconds left in the third quarter. Murphy passes to Walker. Back to Murphy. And then Murphy with the dunk.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Brown with it. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Jokic. Now Murray. He's covered by Bennett. The kick out to Brown. Denver passing it around. Shot clock at 6. Jokic sets the screen for Hardaway. And again, Denver with the triple.
Well, we know that Tim Hardaway Jr. can space the floor. You don't want to allow him to start cooking.
Fade away, and the Mavericks getting another bucket right there. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Mavericks ahead, leading by just 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. They've got Peyton Watson. Brown out there with Jamal Murray. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Valanciunas in at the center. Murray, no good. The Mavericks leading. Here's Banks. Nailed from three-point land. Banks has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Dallas. And Murray's got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. Watson the screen. On the wing, Murray. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Murray's got 22 points.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
To the inside, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. The Nuggets trail by 4. And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured. wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Dallas making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Jokic, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Johnson comes in for Peyton Watson. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Denver's head coach was saying to the team. First and foremost, he wants to see more points in the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Hardaway passes to Jokic. Back to Hardaway. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got 3 assists tonight.
Well, how pretty is the shooting form of Hardaway Jr.? This guy is on point.
To the middle. From 11 feet away. And good that time.
Another bucket. This guy just keeping his foot on the gas pedal.
And here is Murray. Oh, that was a two-hander.
And going vertical. Murray's one of those guys with that sneaky athleticism.
The Mavericks have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Walker, a screen. Launches it. Puts up a 3. Not going to go. Denver's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight. Knocked down 5 of them. Murray outside. Jokic. Bruising basketball from Jokic.
Huge. Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. He has decided it's the right time to talk.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And the guys get a little bit of a break. Mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
So both teams making some changes here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
This guy embraces coming up big for his team.
Dallas has gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Murphy outside, from outside, down he goes for 3.
This guy has earned a reputation for handling pressure and making clutch shots.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Now Jokic. Inside is Jokic territory.
He's so skilled on the interior. Jokic plays with so much force and leverage down low.
Dallas has gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. It's good!
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Jokic rising up.
Oh, Jokic with attitude there. Love it.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Going to work down low. Went right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win. terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
Stolen by Walker. And it's the Mavericks on the break.
And what a huge sequence that could be.
Wow, a play that might come to define this game.
If anyone wants to know where the momentum turned, that may have been it right there.
The Nuggets trail by 4. And here's Jokic. Takes it from 10. Got it to go.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Al Murphy. That does not go.
Points are an absolute must here.
And no time to waste. Not at this point in the game.
Outside Murray. Six to shoot. That one goes.
Coming through in the clutch. Murray, no stranger to being a hero.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Got it up in time. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We're back after this from American Airlines Center. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. We've got Walker, and it's Banks in at the 3. Jokic against Walker. Now, here's Jokic. He's tightly guarded. Takes the 3. He drills the 3.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Now Murray, it's tipped and stolen by Bennett. Fast break, Dallas. Johnson against Banks. Now here's Bennett. Fires away from outside. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for Denver. Here is Gordon. Jokic inside. Working on Walker. How did that go in? Oh, wow. Down low. Gets it to go.
Oh, he is red hot right now. Defense has got to lock in.
That and one free throw ups it to a two-possession game. Costly foul on the shot that time.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Well, overtime basketball, a minute and a half played so far. Murray down low. He's covered by Bennett. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And you got to stay down on the shot fake because Murray will get that call every time.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And what I like about Murray is how he just goes at you. He doesn't hold back on either end and uses his motor to wear you down.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. One possession game now.
Strong move off the glass.
Boy, they'll take that possession. Nice finish in close.
Around 2 minutes into overtime now. It's been a good one. Jokic takes the contact and scores.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
He'll put it up there. It misses. The Nuggets now on offense, trailing by 2. Murphy against Murray. Oh, wow. And there's the dunk.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Here's Jokic. Rejected by Walker, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
At the line for 2, Walker.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, you love to see a guy step in nice, calm, cool, and collected and knock the free throws in.
Denver calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. And what's their best move at this point?
They need a quick basket here.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
Murray with it. Bennett's there. Good.
I love that Cam Johnson is looking for the best shot available. What a pretty pass.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
At the line for Bennett. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
14 foul. Now at the line for your Mavericks, Walker taking 2 shots.
You got this. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Dorisburg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And as we part ways, we present our player of the game.